Hey everybody, Kuroda, Rob here. How's it going, everybody? It's been a minute since I've done a video. So today, well, around now anyway, as of the posting of this video, it's close to the 4-year anniversary of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, for me, this is a game that I covered extensively on the channel. For those who remember, and maybe some who came after I had done that kind of content, maybe you don't know, but in 2018, leading up to the release of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, as many know, there was a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors going around, leaks, all these other things about what characters were going to go in, what stages, different, just all kinds of different information in terms of speculation in the Smash world. And I kind of stumbled into that a little bit in 2018. My channel was mostly a Let's Play channel before that. I did the odd video here or there, but I'm a pretty big Super Smash Bros. Fan in general, so like everybody else, I was hyped after it was revealed on that E3 in spring of 2018. I can't remember at the time if I was watching other people's videos on YouTube about Smash speculation or what, but I did start kind of getting really into that, like seeing, because of course I wanted my boy Gino here in. I've wanted him in since probably Super Smash Bros. Brawl and a few other characters, and with the reveal of Ridley at E3, that was like a huge moment for everybody because it was a character that nobody thought was going to get in. The roster was already packed with literally every other fighter that had ever been in the series up until that point. So the possibilities kind of seemed endless, in terms of just different characters that we would get. And so this was very exciting, and I got really into the whole speculation scene along with many other people, and I decided to record a video of it, and then I recorded another video, and then next thing I know, these are the videos that are breaking my channel. Like the first video that I ever did that breached 1,000 views was a Super Smash Bros. Speculation video, so right place, right time, maybe, I don't know. And then shortly after that, a couple months, I think it was right after I think it was about August, because I remember because it was around my birthday, I had posted a speculation video that essentially went viral, and I had, I think it's now got 115,000 views, and it got it real fast. So again, right place, right time, and I started doing Smash speculation content. Now what happened was I ended up falling out of that a little bit. I ended up doing it less and less. To be 100% honest, there were other people who were doing speculation that was just way more thoroughly researched and well done. The big one from my mind is Papa Gino's, and there was a guy named Billy Bo 10,000 amongst a few others, and there were these other leakers. I remember the guy Vergaben, I think his name was. He was on the GameFAQs forums. I used to like stalk him on GameFAQs, seeing what he posted, that day, in terms of like rumors he heard, because people thought he had some legit connections, which I think he might have, but I also think he might have exaggerated a little bit. And there were some other leakers throughout that time period that were coming out. It was a really fun time, really exciting time. We all had our favorite characters we wanted in. Mine was, of course, Gino, among a lot of other people. I remember Billy Bo's was Isaac from Golden Sun. People wanted, but Banjo-Kazooie, who eventually ended up in the game, amongst many others. Sora was another one. Gino was my boy. I still would love to see him in, but that's another story. And what ended up happening with me was I kind of started drifting away from it because, like I said, I started out as a Let's Play channel, and I did live streams and things of that nature. And while I credit the Smash speculation stuff with helping cultivate a lot of the ways that I make videos now and my audience, I would also say that in some ways it was also a hindrance as much as it was a benefit to the channel. Big benefit in terms of like really breaking me through and getting more people to look at my channel, but I didn't want to become in a situation where my entire channel became about speculation and I couldn't really do anything else. So for me, my interest in it kind of waned, and then to be 100% honest with you, I think I had overhyped Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because of the speculation, and when it was released for me, I found it slightly disappointing. I still think it's an amazing game. I really enjoy it, but it fell just short of my expectations. And no, not just because Gino wasn't in it, although there is a Gino Me costume. It just the physics of it, I still am not quite used to. I thought Smash 4's physics was better, and amongst a couple of other things. I just not as big into it as I was the previous game. So, still a great game. Still, really look back fondly at that time. But you know, ultimately get it, haha. Ultimately, I am glad that I moved on and I went on to other things. After it was released that next February, I did my top 10 or top 20 Super NES games, which was my second video to sort of go viral. It took about a year for it to do that, but it's still, you know, now it's my most viewed video. It more than doubled the amount of views that I had gotten on that one Smash speculation video. So I'm very proud of that, and I'm glad that my channel didn't just become this sort of abyss of old shitty Smash Bros. Ultimate speculation videos. And that leads me, of course, to the purpose of this video, which, geez, this was the longest intro ever. But I'm going to take a look back. It's been about a little over 4 years since I started doing Smash speculation, and we're going to have a look at some of these videos I haven't seen since I first made them about 4 years ago. So, in honor of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, let's do this. Let's have a look take a look back at some of these old videos that I did, and hopefully have a laugh or two, and hopefully I won't cringe too much. There's a few I've seen here or there over the last few years, but like I said, there's a couple that I haven't seen since I originally posted them. And that said, my last thing before we get into it, I want to say that most if not all of these videos I have had unlisted from the channel for quite a long time, just because I never deleted them, but I wanted to, again, shifting the focus of my channel from that. I didn't necessarily think they fit in really with being on the channel anymore. That said, they're unlisted in a playlist. So if I'll put it up here on a tag, like a link to the playlist. But all the videos that are there, if you feel like taking your own trip down memory lane, if that's what indeed you subscribed to this channel originally for, was to see that stuff, you can, but it's all outdated stuff now because we all know the roster and everything, right, of all the characters. So, but let's see how this goes. So, without further ado, let's look at some old Smash content from yours truly. Alrighty, guys. So as you can see, I got a little playlist going here, and I was previewing this a little bit before. So we are certainly not going to watch all of these videos. And there's some other stuff on here, like there's some live streams that I did. I also attempted to do a Let's Play of trying to mold the two together, the Let's Plays with the speculation content of the World of Light, which was a big disappointment in my opinion, kind of boring. But we're gonna take a look at maybe, I'm gonna say like 4 or 5 videos, and then you know, you guys can get my genuine reaction to things, and I guess let's start. So this is the first one that I ever did. Let's back this back up. So this one's called 7 characters likely to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It got 300. It got 3,000 or 3,100 views about 4 years ago. Okay, so this was my first speculation video. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. It's 24 minutes long, but let's just watch the first couple minutes.
Hey guys, Kuroda here.
Okay.
Hope everybody's doing well. Today I want to talk to you guys about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I want to specifically talk about characters that I believe have a chance of being included in the game. Now, I want to say that with this list, it's not just a list about what characters I think should be in the game. I am basing this list on what I think is likely, what characters are likely candidates based on several things. First of all, based on some leaks and rumors, although you can't really count on them too much. What I try to do when I do research on things is I try to find common threads and things.
Alright, so if it seems like I'm cringing a little bit, it's because I am. So a couple technical little things with this video, just to be a little nitpicky. First of all, I really don't like my narration, my voiceover. My voiceovers have gotten a lot better, I think, over the years. It's not the most time-consuming part of making a video for me, but it is the hardest for me. It's taken me a long time to feel even somewhat confident doing voiceovers, and even speaking to the camera as I am here. I have a tendency to ramble and stutter a bit, and I'm just not necessarily always the most confident when it comes to that. So watching this being one of my very first videos that I ever did a voiceover in, that is the first thing that strikes me as, oh Jesus, like I sound pretty monotone. I don't sound sure of myself. It's just, yeah, it's a little hard to watch. And the other thing, that the other complaint I would have is this is a pretty generic sort of speculation video for the time. There was a guy named Lax Chris, which I don't like to shit on people like other YouTubers, but I'm gonna shit on this guy a little bit. His whole thing was this kind of content, just stock footage of Smash, voiceover, and like some music playing in the background, and it's just basically him kind of speculating on things, and he would just speculate on every little rumor that popped up on 4chan, which was just kind of like, you could tell he was just sort of doing it for the views. He claimed he was having fun with it, but I don't know. I'm not trying to shit on you, Lax Chris. If you ever see this, most likely you won't, but it was pretty generic content, and this is just sort of more of that, in my opinion. And in a way, it's worse because at least I think he had a little bit more confidence in his narration and everything, and I would imagine his opinions are a bit more fully fleshed out than here. I sound very unsure of myself here. Let's continue for another couple minutes and see what happens.
So some of this is based on leaks a little bit, but
oh god, and the audio is horrendous
not
too.
just that, I think a lot of what this list will entail is common sense, really. And I also want to talk about the history of some characters' inclusion, or not, I should say lack of inclusion in previous Smash Brothers games, and also things like the Smash Ballot and their popularity to base this list on. Yes, there's
James,
a little
I'm
of what I
kicking your
want
ass
to
in
see,
Smash.
but I think also based on what a lot of people have wanted to see for a long time.
Get to the point,
so,
dude.
without further ado, here's 7 characters that I believe have a good chance of making it into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Let's see what we got here.
Now, a big theory going
let's skip
around
ahead a
is
little
that
bit.
this will be this last Super Smash Brothers. I don't know if that's the case.
Okay,
There
let's do it
are
here.
first-party characters that are very likely. So, the first one I want to talk about is King K. Rool.
Who
Now,
ended
why
up
do I
being in
think
there?
King K. Rool has a shot? Personally, I think of probably anybody on this list.
The
He
audio.
has the best shot.
It's so
And
bad.
the reason for that is the sheer demand for him and
The
Ridley
sheer demand doesn't
specifically.
really
People
matter,
really
though.
want more bad guys in the
CG
series.
over
It's been a
details.
complaint for a long time that there haven't been enough bad guys, enemies,
Yes,
all
enemies,
of that.
had guys,
We've
right?
had
You should've
Bowser, we've
scripted
had
it.
Ganondorf, we've had
Get with
Mewtwo
it.
if you can count him. We've had Wolf, who's sort of a bad guy. I guess Wario would
Wolf
count
is definitely
too,
a bad
but
guy. I
a
don't
lot
think
of
I
people
played
really
much Star
wanted
Fox.
to see King K. Rool.
Or maybe
and
I
I
had,
think
and I
another
don't
reason
know what
people
I'm talking
wanted to see King K. Rool a lot is that he hasn't really been in any games in quite a long time. So I think a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for the character and would like to see the character.
How did this get
And
3,000 views?
quite
and not
frankly,
some
he did
of my,
really
like,
well on the Smash Ballot.
Anyway,
to the
some
point
other
where
videos
he
before it.
received a Mii Fighter costume in Super Smash Bros. 4. I think King K. Rool is very likely. I think he would make a great addition, another
I
heavyweight
sound very
character.
tired.
I think
So K-Rool got
you
in.
know,
Let's see what some of
I
my,
could see him being a sort of clone of possibly DDD
sort
or
of
something,
clone
or
of
even
possibly
end
okay.
up being a DLC fighter or
Let's
whatever.
go up a little bit.
Along with King K. Rool, I
Okay.
want to
So I had also predicted Dixie.
say with her ponytail.
Okay.
So I'd actually like to see her as a unique
I would
fighter.
still love
I don't
to see
really.
Dixie.
I'm not a huge fan of the Echo Fighter thing.
But obviously didn't
I wish personally every character had a different move.
And then I also picked. Let's see, where is it? Come on.
Metroid is a franchise that does
So I
not
picked
have
Dark
very much
Samus, and what was
representation in
interesting
Smash at
about
all,
that-
and a lot of people have been wanting more
Here's
representation.
the thing. I seem to remember
of
that
Metroid in
people would
the
gravitate
Smash
towards
Brothers
videos.
universe, so I think it's likely.
If
now, unfortunately, for Dark Samus,
that made correct predictions. So like in other words, with this one, I predicted K-Rool.
but they would,
I can just skip ahead.
and
Okay,
you would
Dixie.
essentially have a
I
clone
predicted Dark
or Echo
Samus.
Fighter of
I
Samus.
predicted.
It
was that
seems a
Decidueye,
likely pick.
Rayman.
I could give or take it.
and
Really,
Gino,
I'd
it
rather
looks
see
like.
them put in.
So let me pause this. So like people would gravitate towards these kind of predictions where it would be like, oh, this person predicted, you know, some things that came true. Well, okay, I predicted 2 of the 5 characters that I predicted came true, right? Because in the same trailer, I from what I remember, they revealed Dark Samus, and they revealed King K. Rool, and I think that was when Simon and Richter had also been announced. So there was a ton of characters that were just that were in one Smash trailer that were revealed. So I think probably people gravitated towards this video. Just, this is me speculating on a speculation video. There you go. Because I had gotten a couple of characters correct. So let's just see. Let's really quick just see a couple comments here. Here we go. Who would have guessed he'd predict 3 of the new characters? Quite surprising. Well, so I mean, I guess I did get some good comments, but that one right there, it's like, who'd have thought that he would have predicted 3 of the new characters? Wait, so who was the third one that I predicted? Dixie, Dark Samus, Decidueye, Gino. Okay, let's skip ahead a bit here.
Both before and after Nintendo's E3 presentation have included this character, and I think it's very likely we're going to see Simon Belmont.
Oh, Simon Belmont, okay.
And I would imagine he was also another character that got a lot of votes in the Smash ballot as well. I have no way of knowing that, obviously. Kind of wish Nintendo had shown us the results of that ballot. Would have been neat, but then I'm sure that was intentional.
Obviously, I'm skipping through the video. I sound a little more confident towards the end of this, but I still sound tired.
But regardless, I really think Simon Belmont has a very, very, very likely chance of getting in.
Okay, so I got 3 of the characters.
Most of the leaks that I've seen, as I said before, both pre and post
and also
E3
I said 5 before.
are showing
the title of the video
talking
literally
about
says
Simon
7
Belmont.
characters. So
One leak said specifically
Nothing's
it's going to be
changed.
Ridley and it's going to be Simon Belmont. There's the most
okay, well
recent
that's
leak,
enough of that. So that's the first one that I did, and so I got 3 of the characters right, and I'm wondering if it's because of that video, but also slightly. Well, this video got a lot less views than the next one, which is 7 more characters likely to be in Smash Brothers. But I'm wondering if that helped people gravitate towards the next one, which I'll just skip ahead on the playlist here and go to this one. This one, again, was my first video that got like a lot of views, 115K views here. So this, I mean, from what I remember, this is probably one of the most viewed speculation videos ever, really, for Smash. Which is interesting because none of my other videos came close to it. But I guess we can have a look and see what's going on here. So this is the video I did. They got 115K, which is, I don't really get it, but let's see how it goes.
Kuroda here, back with another Smash video.
Okay.
So as some of you may know and some of you may not know, I made a sort of prediction video called 7 characters likely to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I did that a few weeks, I don't know exactly, it was like a few weeks to a month before the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct that happened about a week ago as of this recording.
Narration sounds better,
and I wanted
but
to follow
still
up
bad.
on that a little bit. First of all, I wanted to follow up with 7 more characters, as cheesy as that sounds for the title of this video, that...
Again,
likely to be
after
in
having
Super Smash
made
Bros.
videos
Ultimate.
like the brief history videos,
there's been a lot of other stuff
the
that's
2
come out
Super
since
Nintendo
the
ones,
Direct.
and
There's been a few sort
really
of
any
rumors
of
and
the
leaks
video
going
essay
around
type
that I wanna
videos I've done. This
discuss.
seems so lazy to me.
As well as
like it wasn't
little
scripted.
interesting things
It wasn't
within the Nintendo
the
Direct
footage
itself
is literally just
that I want to address.
footage of me
Some
playing
this,
Smash with
a
my
lot
friends,
of you guys may know,
which is
but I'm
fine
gonna
for
try
like a
to
let's
my own
play.
sort
But
of
like
unique
this,
spin on things
it's
as well.
I should have wrote some
least
kind of
anybody
script or
who
just been better
actually
prepared. I
follows
just
all
obviously
these
did
leaks
this
and
off
these
the
rumors
cuff.
and stuff, which if you're like me, you follow a ton of them because of all of the Smash Ultimate hype. But anyway, I digress here. So the first thing I want to do is talk about my previous list. Now, I obviously had picked 7 characters that I really felt had a good chance to be in this game. And those 7 characters were Simon Belmont, Dixie Kong,
Okay.
Rayman, Dark Samus, Gino, Decidueye, and King K. Rool. Now, of those 7, 3 of them were confirmed in this last Direct. And
Nice little
those
trick
3
there,
characters,
buddy.
of course, were Simon Belmont, Dark Samus, and King K. Rool. Now, I'm not gonna like be one of these people who like gloats and be like, oh,
But I'll
told you
gloat
that these
anyway.
characters were gonna get in, because I want to address, obviously, since those 3 have been confirmed, the 4 remaining from that previous list. Now, the 4 remaining are Dixie
Which never
Kong,
happened.
Rayman, Geno, and
It was just
Decidueye.
pure luck.
So I want to start with Dixie Kong. Now, I was actually kind of surprised and slightly disappointed that Dixie Kong wasn't revealed.
Okay, so I think from what I remember of this video, I go through them and see and kind of talk about what's left and whether I think they're still going to get it or not. Let's see the 7 new ones that I picked. Okay, Geno. All right. I think I saw one as Isabella.
7, there's 2 of them that are Echo Fighters that I want to talk about first. And the first one I want to talk about is Isabelle.
Okay,
Now,
that
why
happened.
Isabelle? This may be a little perplexing to some of you guys who haven't been following like all the rumors and all the leaks and things that have been going on. But with all these Echo Fighters, and believe me, I'm sure
I think that was
aside
revealed
from the
when
2
Animal Crossing was
characters
announced, if
that
I'm not
I'm
mistaken.
going to talk about in this video that are Echo Fighters.
Okay,
I'm sure
so I
there's
did
gonna
Isabelle.
be at least a handful more, at least half a dozen more or something.
Okay, I did Isabelle, and then I think the next one's Shadow.
So that is again a couple more points in her favor.
Jesus, how
of
long
being
was
in
that?
the
Like
game.
5 minutes?
So
talk about
the
one
next
fighter?
Echo Fighter I want to talk about is Shadow the Hedgehog. This is a
Still surprised
no-brainer. I
Shadow
think
didn't get
he
in.
probably, of any Echo Fighter, has the best chance. It just makes sense, especially with Simon Belmont being revealed and immediately having Richter Belmont as an Echo Fighter of him. That kind of broke the doors down in terms of a as far as
Okay, let's see. Let's just skip ahead here. So we got then Decidueye there. Why was Decidueye? Oh, Gardevoir is the one I predicted. Okay, that didn't happen. Then there's Bandana Waddle Dee. We'll get back to Bandana Waddle Dee in a second. Banjo-Kazooie. Let's see what I said about Banjo-Kazooie, because Banjo-Kazooie actually happened. So let's see what we got here.
that I want to talk about is Banjo-Kazooie, or Banjo and Kazooie, excuse me. Can't make that mistake.
Oh, that terrible
sort of the
mistake
same-
of putting
same thing, no
not
credible
putting
leaks,
and
rumors,
in
anything
between.
like that. But
I realize I'm being harsh on myself,
he
but
was heavily talked about during the Smash Ballot era. I think Banjo and Kazooie would be one of those characters that Sakurai just throws in and just to like
we ended up being DLC.
just as like one of those big like, oh my god,
They
he
end up
did it
being
sort of
DLC.
things, kind of like Cloud from Super Smash Bros. 4. Also, the other factor in that is that Microsoft and Nintendo have been playing nice recently.
Yes, they have.
And, you know, I think that it is no big stretch of the imagination that
Now Banjo-Kazooie's on Switch, which is pretty cool.
Nintendo and Sakurai, you know, tries to work something
The
out with
online is still
Microsoft
shit, but
to
that's for
allow
another video.
at least Banjo and Kazooie in the game. A lot of people are also talking about a Minecraft representation. I think that's also possible, given that Minecraft.
Well, we did get we did get Steve, so
Wii U, Switch.
and then I picked
3DS.
Isaac as
So,
one, and then
I don't think we're gonna see Steve as a fighter. As
Skull
a lot of people
Kid.
are
Okay,
saying.
let's see what I
It'd be
said
kinda
about
cool if
Skull
Steve was
Kid
in.
for.
I think
So
based on
for our friend Aaron here, who discovered me through this video, I think. Let's see what I said about Skull
but
Kid.
there's a whole bunch.
This is probably why
of
Aaron
evidence
clicked on the
pointing
video.
This character, and that's Skull Kid from
Okay.
Majora's Mask. Now, so there's several different factors involved here. First of all, let's go to the direct itself. Everybody's pointing to this image right here that I'm putting up, and a lot of people are saying, you know, they see the 2 chairs near Sakurai.
So this was like the ultimate sort of the ultimate sort of example of the kind of ridiculous lengths that we speculators of Smash Ultimate went to. Was, you know, Sakurai allegedly giving these hints with the background of basically the background setting of his videos as to what the next character is going to be. People were saying because of, you know, the yellow and purple chairs there, the leaf, or sorry, the plant in the back, and then the pillows and things. It was hinting towards Skull Kid, which I don't think that ended up being anything to do with whoever was revealed next,
The
which
yellow
I don't
and
remember the
purple
timeline
one. A
now,
lot of
but
people were saying, "Oh, it's Waluigi. He's trolling. He's referencing
Yeah.
Waluigi." You know.
But the
Waluigi's
reason
gonna be in the game.
I will say the reason people
That
did
was,
was
like,
because
the first sort
before
of thing that
K. Rool
people
was before K. Rool was revealed, there was like a barrel and some other stuff, so people thought that he was
thinking about it. 'Cause
referencing
I
it.
will admit that it is kind of an odd background image. You know, why would there just be 2 random colored chairs there?
Looking into
but a lot of
nothing, bro.
people actually since have noticed that the color of the chairs fit more with Tattle and Tail, the 2 fairies from Majora's
That's pretty
Mask.
interesting.
And then, of course, somebody else pointed out, well, not only that, but the couch in the background as well kind of fit
Get it
the
out,
color
buddy.
palette of
No
Skull
more
Kid.
Oz.
So a lot of people are saying that, well, this warrants, maybe he's hinting towards Skull Kid being in the game. And
Like,
again,
you could kind of see with the colors. I'm pointing at the screen, even though you guys can see it blown up there. You can see with the colors that it's kind of... I can get where everybody would get that idea, but it also is a bit of a stretch.
this whole theme of villains in Smash Ultimate, there being a lack of villains in the past, it seems like they're trying to correct that issue. Again, in terms of popularity, I think
I can't
Skull
watch
Kid's
anymore. Okay, so I think I only did 1 or 2 more videos like this, where I was sort of speculating, just going off the cuff, based on rumors and leaks and things that were going on at the time. And the reason is because I don't think I really enjoyed that format at all. I think that I wasn't comfortable with just sort of monologuing off the top of my head. I wasn't comfortable with the amount of or really lack of information I had about it. Now when I do a video, and especially a review, or if I do a list, or especially more than anything, those brief history videos, it's been a minute, but like when I did the Castlevania one, for example, I mean, half of the time was researching. I mean, I did so much research on it because I wanted to make sure I got it right. I still made a few mistakes. But the problem with speculation is that you're kind of shooting in the dark. Like, yeah, you have little hints with things such as, the background of Sakurai's video presentation, or, some leaker on GameFAQs or something, and people who allegedly have some clout in the industry, or rather than clout, just sources in the industry who allegedly know things. See, that's the problem with it. And then you kind of, if you really, really get behind an idea, you can kind of look like a fool afterwards. Like, I remember there was a leak again of what people thought were like advertising for the production line for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So in other words, it was some kind of like merchandise for the store, that kind of thing, in terms of like banners and stuff. And it had like a bunch of characters that ended up not even being in the game, and everybody was swearing by that leak, but it was fake. So I mean, you'd be pretty amazed to see some of the things, or some of the ways that people can fake leaks. But yeah, this one was definitely a stretch. I'm trying to remember if there was any other ones. There was way before this, actually. They ended up becoming Smashified. There was this team that did a really good CGI rendering of Rayman, and I remember that went around as like a potential leak for, I think it was Smash 4, if I'm not mistaken. And ended up they came out and said, nope, we did this. We were just kind of messing with everybody, and everybody was impressed with their renderings. Like, that's where that one Geno, I think actually that's where that Skull Kid one comes from, possibly from Smashified. I know the Geno one and the Banjo-Kazooie one is from Smashified. Anyway, I only did 1 or 2 more of those. I'm not going to look at those. Let's look at something a little different. This is something that... Actually, no. Let's look at the parody video first. This is just funny. Alright, I haven't seen this in a while. But for context, again, for those who don't remember, everybody was pissed that Waluigi didn't make it into Smash Ultimate, and that he was revealed as a trophy really early on. So... because like I had come fresh off of these like 7 characters likely to get in Smash Ultimate thing, I thought let's just do a parody. So let's just watch this, and I'll react to it. I kind of know what's in it, but it should be kind of fun just to see this again. So James... Hold on. That image came from a calendar. What did this get? 632 views. This is what should have got 115,000. That image came from, I remember clear as day, being in James's apartment, Bacon Mob for those who don't know, and he had a calendar with that image on it, and he wrote that stuff on it. So I keep pointing at the screen like you can see what I'm pointing at. But yeah, he wrote the dialogue boxes on there, and I was like, I gotta put this in that video. Anyway, let's keep going. Stupid recorder version This is my favorite one. I was really into Jurassic Park at the time as well. This is great. I love this one.
Waluigi.
Once there was an ugly.
Waluigi.
He was so ugly
He
that
didn't get into Super Smash Brothers.
the end.
That didn't help at all.
We've made including every single fighter ever our #1
This is
goal.
the background I was
You
talking
can
about.
KO assist trophies by inflicting
There it
damage,
is.
and now you get points for it too.
And now you get points for it too. And now you get points for it.
Great. Rest in peace to our Lord and Savior. And his chance in Smash Bros. Well, that was interesting. I want to see some comments on that. This is so sad. Can we make Waluigi an Echo Fighter of Bayonetta? That nice one, Aaron.
Hello everyone, Kuroda here with another Smash.
Okay, pause this again. All it is Waluigi. That is odd. Yeah, people seem to like this. This video is the best Smash video I ever did. It's so good. All right, so I think I'm almost done. So the last thing that I guess actually we'll look out of curiosity. Let me look at the reaction video of K. Rool. Okay, let's see this one. So here's me reacting to a video. So there you go. It's
Oh, I bet I know what's gonna happen.
Kurodaception.
Yes!
Let's see.
And King K. Rool, I bet.
Probably like 4 years
Yeah,
ago, me.
the Donkey Kong. Yes, oh my god.
This was a cool trailer.
Oh my god, yes. Yes! Yes, yes. King DDD. That was such a troll move.
I look exactly the same.
Oh, done.
There he is,
Yes.
in all of his glory.
That's awesome. He looks great too.
Oh, side note, we actually beat Donkey Kong Country last night. That's very
That is
total
so
side
cool.
note. But I
Oh
played
my
this with
God.
Rachel, so this is
That
very
is so
appropriate.
awesome.
Not even joking. I mean, we fought King K. Rool last
K. Rool,
night.
that's so cool. The propeller.
Yeah.
Yep, the gloves. Yeah,
That's
dude.
kinda cool.
Throws his crown.
Reaction video is always fun. As in, like, a reaction video of reaction. So there you go.
Yes.
There's Robception.
Man, oh, he just like blows up the Donkey Kong. That is awesome, dude.
It was
We
awesome.
finally did K. Rool. That's amazing. That's amazing. I approve of this message.
I approve of this message. Okay. Okay. So what else?
Hey guys.
Whoa. Okay. So I also did. There's the old apartment. So look at that. Look at that sexy man there. So yeah. So the last bit of this video that I want to look at is the Smash speculation. I kind of pivoted midway through the speculation phase, and I decided, you know what? There were people like Papagenos who were doing really, really good speculation videos that I couldn't compete with. So I decided to take a different approach with a different format. And this was really the birth of me doing scripted videos. So these videos I like better. These are, I wrote, recorded, and, edited these speculation videos about specific characters. So let's have a look at two of them, okay? One I remember being horrendous, so let's look at that one, and then another one I remember being pretty good. So let's take a look at those. Let's look at the horrendous one, which also for some reason did really well. This got like 17,000.
Everybody, Kuroda here.
This one got 17,000 views, and I think it's because the Bandana Waddle Dee community, big time, like big fans of or you know, just super obsessive with this character. Sad for them that he didn't get in, but I just remember this narration being let's just watch it.
Here, back with another Smash video. So, in my last Smash video, I predicted 7 more characters that I felt were likely to get into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, of those 7 characters, I predicted 1 character, Bandana Waddle Dee.
Ooh.
Now,
God, I sound like I'm on a
Waddle
downer.
Dee, I was amazed with
Sounds
that
like
video for 2 reasons. Number 1,
I smoked a
the
lot of
sheer
weed or
amount of
something.
people
No,
who
I
watched
actually
the
remember.
video. The video is still growing. Thank you guys very much for that. But also, number 2,
Yeah.
the response to...
So okay, let me just say something here. So I do remember I remember recording this. I remember recording it late at night after I got out of work, because I was working till almost midnight at that point, and recording this in the bathroom because I was trying not to be too loud because Rachel was sleeping upstairs, and I was also very tired, which I've learned. Never record a video while you're tired, because it comes across that way, man. Especially me, who has tendency for like a more naturally monotone type of voice. I sound like a robot. So anyway, and not like the good robot, you know. I sound like Bandana Waddle Dee is, yeah. So anyway, my narration aside, I'm gonna always nitpick that.
my assessment of Waddle Dee. So clearly I did not research this character enough, and I think I possibly underestimated this character as well. And you guys' response to my assessment of Waddle Dee, well, there was a lot positive. There was also some criticism that I didn't go in depth as much as I could have. And I'll admit, since then I've been doing quite a bit of research on the character, and for sure, I definitely fell short. So what I decided to do is I decided that I'm going to
like roll in there.
basically start a
Great
new
series, the
sort
Dark
of
Tower.
mini-series.
Sorry, there's
And I will
the
start with Bandana
ADHD
Waddle Dee,
again.
basically analyzing characters in Smash, and I'm going to basically judge by 3 criteria.
I'm gonna basically
First of
judge
all,
by
I want to
basically
give a brief
three
history of
three
the
basic
character,
criteria.
just for those who aren't initiated, and why people want them in Smash. Second of all, the reasons why they should
So,
be.
I
in
kind of explain
Smash.
what this is here. So
and
then
games like Kirby Superstar
So
Ultra, Kirby Return to Dreamland, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, and the new game Kirby Star Allies.
So while I don't love the
While
narration,
some
in this,
argue
obviously,
that
I think
he
it's
is
one of the
just a
worst
generic
narrations I've
Waddle
ever
Dee
done.
whose inclusion is comparable to
I
something
like
like a Goomba from
that
the Mario
I-
games.
I've added
Bandana
more
Dee's
clips in.
Bandana, Spear, and his
I actually
co-starring
tried
role
really
in several
hard
Kirby games
with
sets him
editing this
apart
video,
from
so-
generic Waddle Dee enemies. His personality has developed from merely
And I wrote a
being
script,
sidekick
clearly, but
to one of
unfortunately it just
Kirby's
sounds
most
like I'm
trusted
reading
and
from the
loyal
script.
friends. This little
While
guy
on,
has
like,
come a
a
long way
fistful of
from
downers,
appearing
you
in
know.
one minigame. Now, why should Waddle Dee be included in Smash?
Because he's rad, bro.
First of all, he would be the very first spear user in Smash history.
I also
Speaking
think
of
I put a
moves,
poll
he has
up on
a
this
viable and varied moveset to potentially build from.
So you guys kind of get the
Star
idea.
Allies.
It's
And
just like a narration. So I don't think I did a terrible
also
job.
be great promotion for the aforementioned Kirby Star Ally.
I seem to remember this thinking afterwards that I did a terrible job with this video. I think I did a terrible job with the narration. The rest of it's okay. It seems like the script is pretty solid. The video, in terms of the video clips, it seems like I edited it pretty decently well. You know, pretty average. But it wasn't just like stock footage of, you know, Super Smash Bros. 4 or something and me just rambling for a half hour. It's like there's actually a cohesive, it's only an 8-minute video, so there's actually like a cohesive script. You know, I have like a sort of a beginning, middle, end to the video. I actually seem like I worked pretty hard on it. So I'll give myself a D on this one. You know, I think it's better than the other ones that did, you know, especially the one that got for some reason under 15,000 views. But it's not bad either. So it could be worse. Let's see if I can find one. I seem to recall the Geno one, and not just because I love Geno. I seem to recall that I liked this one. So I'm gonna watch the first 5 minutes or
Kuroda
so
here
of
with
this.
another Smash video. In my last video, I did an
And
analysis of Skull Kid
I'll shut up
and his
now.
chances of being included in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. In this video, I want to talk about my #1 wish for inclusion in the game, Geno from Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. Back in the mid-90s, when the Super Nintendo reigned supreme, There were many RPGs developed for the system, in what many now refer to as
Geno
the
boner
golden
never
age
ends.
of RPGs. Of any RPG developer at the time, there was none more successful than Squaresoft, now known as Square Enix. Creating timeless masterpieces such as Secret of Mana,
My
Final
narration
Fantasy
is
IV and
much
6,
better.
and Chrono Trigger, Squaresoft would time and time again enrich the Super NES's growing library of games with gem after gem of JRPG goodness. Many of these games were incredibly popular and sold extremely well in Japan. While indeed certain titles like Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger did do very well by RPG standards outside of Japan, by comparison, RPGs were still just out of reach of a mainstream audience compared to other games of that period. This all would soon change with the release of Super Mario RPG: Legend of the Seven Stars in 1996. Super Mario RPG is a unique game developed by Squaresoft for Nintendo and set in the Mario universe. This game would be Square and Nintendo's attempt to push RPGs into the mainstream, and subsequently bring attention to the genre as a whole, while simultaneously making an RPG that was more accessible to a larger audience.
3.4 KB.
The Mario
is
series
not
was
bad.
the perfect foundation by which Squaresoft could build upon this idea by taking an already simple and extremely popular series and adding RPG elements to it. The marriage of the platforming style of the Mario games and the more detailed storytelling and turn-based battle system of Squaresoft RPGs made for a surprisingly interesting, fun, and unique experience, and had the added bonus of really fleshing out the Mario universe in a deeper and richer way than it had ever been before, with Super Mario RPG's intricate story, unique world, and varied characters. So where does Geno come into play? Super Mario RPG is, in
I
a
like that
way,
pun.
Geno's story. After a giant sword crashes into Bowser's castle while Mario is attempting to rescue Princess Toadstool, yet again from Bowser's clutches, 7 stars are scattered throughout the land. It is later learned that these 7 stars are pieces of the broken Star Road, which the giant sword, linked to the Smithy Gang, has destroyed upon its descent onto the Mushroom Kingdom. Geno is actually a star being from the Star Road, a sort of protector of the 7 stars. One night, this star being descends upon a small town called Rosetown, and inhabits the body of a doll known simply as Geno. After encountering Bowyer, a member of the Smithy Gang in the forest, Geno is aided by Mario and his cloud companion, Mallow, who help him defeat Bowyer. Shortly thereafter, Geno explains who he truly is, a star being with a hard-to-pronounce name who is briefly borrowing the form of the doll, to accomplish his mission of recovering the shattered 7 pieces of the Star Road and defeating the Smithy Gang. Geno explains to Mario that the Star Road serves a very important purpose. It grants wishes, and that as long as the Star Road...
So already I can tell you a few things about this video. Number one, this is classic Kuroda fare, okay? I don't know why I'm coming up with all these terms, by the way. Kurodaception, Kuroda fare. Anyway, so what I really like about this video, aside from the fact that it has my boy Geno in it, which is probably why I put so much effort into it, my narration, for one, is much better. It's a little quick, like I'm reading it too fast. Now I tend to take my time a little bit and try to put emphasis on the on different phrases and things. And also, by the way, sorry to always focus on that. It's always the first thing I notice. It's my biggest critique of myself is my narrations. It's a really important thing to me because I do a lot of video essay type of stuff. But I have to say, for one of my very early first video essay type of videos, I thought I did a really good job, actually. That's the first thing. So I think it's much better than in any of the other videos that I've watched so far from this era. But the other thing that I notice is that the focus is sharper on this. I clearly have a better I have a template. So like I start out with my little intro, and then I kind of go into sort of like the historical part of it, or the, how do I want to say it, like I give background information about the game, and now I'm giving background information about the character. And so as I go further up here, let's see if I can get to it. So now I'll go up here, right? Still talking about Geno a bit.
Ever really get to dive back into that world and see those characters that we fell in love with.
So now
again.
I'm talking about
And for
Geno,
many people,
obviously.
Geno was the shining star on Star Hill.
And now
the
I'm
character
explaining
we
why
all fell
people
in
love the
with
character
and
so much,
identify
which is
Super
something
Mario
that I
RPG
think I
with.
did with all the other
Geno would make 2 more appearances between the time of
videos
Super Mario
for
RPG's
each
release
character.
and now. A small
And then
cameo in Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga
I get
for Game Boy
into,
Advance,
let's skip ahead.
and as Smash Bros. Ultimate comes in. So why should Geno be a playable character?
So why
in
should
Super
Geno
Smash
be a
Bros.
playable
Ultimate?
character in Smash
Although only
Ultimate?
prevalent in one game, Geno has remained popular
So now
since
I'm
1996.
explaining why he should
with a
be in
loyal
there.
group of fans that have loved both him and
And then
Super
I
Mario
would get
RPG
into
since it was first.
the reasons why I think he will get in there, so, which obviously wasn't.
He's often considered
the case, which obviously wasn't get in there, so, which obviously wasn't.
He's often considered
the case,
one of the
right?
big 3 requested characters, alongside
And
Ridley and
and
K. Rool.
towards the end, I had
many people
put
feel
in
that with the recent
whatever the
inclusion
most
of-
recent leaks and rumors were in, and then I did an outro. So, to me, that is probably one of the better examples of the video, and they were much more satisfying to produce as well. I remember I was trying to do one a week, and I ended up falling off of that. And it was hard to do them too as Smash Ultimate, the release of Smash Ultimate approached, because there was lots of people doing all kinds of different things in terms of speculation. And towards the end there, I think it was November when the last couple characters were revealed, that kind of pushed aside any further speculation until I think it was post game. Now I'm going off of memory here, so I apologize if I got this wrong. Post game, they announced that they were going to do DLC, and then and then we had this. We had this.
What do we got here?
This was. I loved this, by the way. Sakurai trolled everybody, and I loved it. His side note again, his YouTube channel's fantastic, by the way, if you haven't seen it. I look so stoic there.
What is this?
My face. My face. I'm just like
What
shocked.
is this? What is this piranha plant? No way.
Reacting to a reaction.
What? What?
My voice
What?
went up 2
A
octaves.
playable piranha plant? You gotta be kidding me. No way. Oh, it's PD Piranha. That's cool.
There's obviously a lag there.
That's
What
right.
was that?
Piranha Plant will take root in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and not as an assist trophy, but as an actual fighter.
What?
It can spit poison,
There's 3 octaves.
fire off spiked
He's
balls,
trolling.
and perform long
What?
range attacks.
That is amazing. That can't be right.
Its final smash is
I-
Piranha.
Legit, I
What
play
is this?
Piranha Plant all the
Well,
time.
let's
He's
just
great.
say it won't.
I know a lot of people complain, but
Piranha Plant
Oh my god, PD Piranha.
launch of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We've gotten a little head start,
No, what is
but
this?
it probably won't be ready until a couple of months after launch. Please stay tuned. Remember, Piranha Plant is a
that's
free
good.
Oh my god.
For the physical version of
That was
it,
funny.
you only need to go through the My Nintendo Gold
Piranha Plant.
process to receive it. I hope you'll
Piranha Plant confirmed.
We're also creating an amiibo.
Notice his curved
That's
shape. wasn't it?
ridiculous.
Nice curved form to it.
Yeah, his curved form. Notice
They
his curved
made a
form.
piranha.
Sakurai likes those
That's
curves.
insanity.
Later today,
You know.
That he made a Piranha Plant as a character.
finishing this Nintendo Direct. I hope
That's funny. Well, and then I did a full reaction. I did a couple discussion videos. So there's a couple things that I didn't. Okay, let's go back here. So yeah, there's a couple things that.
Hey everybody, Kuroda here, back with another Smash.
A couple things that I didn't. Quite a few things I didn't react to. But I got the playlist up right here if you want to see it. That was kind of my reaction, and yeah, I don't know. That's that was an interesting experience, to be sure. Alrighty guys, well, that's it for me for now. I hope you enjoyed that little trip down memory lane as much as I did. It was kind of cool seeing some of those old videos, you know. I didn't watch all of them. I didn't watch every single one, obviously, and I didn't watch all of them all the way through, but it was a nice little sort of a taste of, you know, 4 years ago when I was going through that sort of phase in my channel. And it was I particularly enjoyed watching the scripted character videos because it gave me more of an appreciation for what I do now when I am actually able to do some of those scripted stuff. If you guys want to watch something better, I would say watch some of my retro reviews that I've posted somewhat recently, or some of my brief history videos, which I do want to do more of those, but I'm so intense with those now in terms of just like trying to make them as good as possible and writing a script and well researched, well edited, that I want to make sure that they're really good quality, you know. So this certainly, in my opinion, none of these videos are up to the kind of quality that I would like to have now, But for being a relatively new channel, my channel was, I think, less than a year old by that point. No, actually, I'm sorry. It was about a year old, a year and a half or so old, when I was doing that. It was a pretty good jumping off point, I would say, in terms of, just trying different things with the channel and trying to, cultivate a new audience and everything. So I enjoyed looking back on those. They will remain unlisted for obvious reasons. But again, they'll still be accessible in the playlists on the channel, so feel free to check those out if you want to watch any of them for yourself. I don't know why anybody would want to watch old speculation content unless you're a huge ultra fan of my channel, but there it is anyway. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I'm hoping to maybe update you guys soon with a vlog or something in terms of like where I've been and what I've been up to. I don't know when I will get to that, but I figure for now this would be a fun thing. So happy 4 years to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Go play the game, will you? And, lots of love to Mr. Sakurai for all the love and attention to detail and all the fun, not only within the confines of the game itself, but otherwise, just all the speculation and all the community that has surrounded this series and this game, and the fun speculation that was, 4 years ago leading up to this game. Who knows? Maybe whenever the next Super Smash Bros. Game comes out, there'll be another whole speculation scene. I will be stepping back from that and just silently observing, but I will appreciate it nonetheless. So anyway, for now, thank you guys for watching this. I'm getting rambly again. Have a nice day. Peace.